everybody, and welcome into the Cougars Network as we get ready for men's college basketball here. Final game before the Christmas break as College of the Canyons takes on the LA Pierce College Brahmas. I'm Matt Robinson, so happy to have you along with us as always here on the Cougars Sports Network as we get ready for game number 11 on the COC Athletics men's basketball season. As the Cougars right now 4-6 on the year, coming in trying to win 2 in a row for just the second time this season. The last time they did that was the very first 2 games of the season during the Clash at Canyons tournament where the Cougars beat Barstow and Cuyamaca 101-83 and 74-70 to win the Clash at Canyons for the 3rd straight year. The Cougars have won 2 of their last 3. They've scored 80 points or more in 3 of their 4 wins so far this year, with their largest being that 101-83 win over Barstow in the very first game of the season. Looking to try and pick up where they left off on Friday last week, an 89-78 win over Rio Hondo. Jenna Alfara picked up his 4th double-double of the season in that matchup. He finished with 27 points, 17 rebounds. It was the 3rd time this season Alfara's had 17 rips in a game. Add that freshman JT Barnett, another nice performance. He put up a season high with 32 points against the Roadrunners on Friday. He had 3 assists, or he was 3 assists and 2 rebounds short of a triple-double himself. It was the 7th time this year he was in double figures, and he's averaging a team high 17 points per game for Howard Fisher's squad. On the other side, LA Pierce sitting at 4-9 on the year for Charles White out of the Western State Conference North Division. They've lost 3 straight after winning 2 of their 3 games in the Greg Anderson Memorial Tournament up at Antelope Valley College. The Brahmas scored 65 points or less in all 3 of their losses, including a rough 67-46 loss to Bakersfield on Saturday. They do a decent job on the glass, averaging 40.2 rebounds per game, which is top 20 in the state at 18th right now. But nearly half their rebound output per game is on the offensive glass, with 14 of those being on the offensive glass so far this year, as we are just about ready to get underway. For the Brahmas, Lawrence Caudillo, G.D. Dang, Jamari Bailey, Isaiah Salim, and Jewel Sims are the starters. For College of the Canyons, Jacob Gonzalez, Joshua Barnett, Roz Orbach, Isaiah Ortega, and Jonah Alfara, same lineup that started the other night against Rio Hondo, as the Cougars in their white start with the basketball. Moving to our left, they get it inside. Alfara at the block on the near side. Back up top, Ortega, a straightaway 3 to open the game is good. And the Cougars find an early 3-ball. Ortega makes it 3-0. As College of the Canyons, they did not shoot the 3-ball very well the other night at all, or the 2 games ago against Cypress. Last game they were a little bit better from 3, helped in part by JT Barnett's 5 of 9 shooting performance the other night against Rio Hondo. Foul on COC goes against Roz Orbach, first foul of the ball game. And it's a shooting foul, so it's going to send G.D. Dang to the line. Dang out of Des Moines, Iowa, 10 points in 5 of his last 6. And the only start was that last game against Bakersfield. He's kind of been the leader as of late, as Keyshawn Christian has not been in the lineup for LA Pierce College over the last 6 games, as he's been out since November 29th. We'll see Cameron Brown check in to take over for Dang, who makes a pair of foul shots, the 69% free throw shooter. And Brown will come in for the first time today. Here's Barnett with the basketball for COC. He'll drop it off to Ortega. He'll leave it for Gonzalez. Gonzalez working off of a couple of decent games. Had 9 points against San Diego Mesa, then 14 against Long Beach City College. It was a little quiet the other night against Rio Hondo, but trying to find his rhythm as the Cougars turn it over. It's been a problem for COC this year. The turnover game has not been very good. The Cougars turning the ball over just a tad too much for pretty much anybody's liking, especially Howard Fisher's. When you look at the turnover numbers this year, it's 1.6 per game, but that number is very low. I think that's turnovers. Or it's 83rd in the state. I feel like that number is missing a little bit. It's been quite high. The last couple of games, they've turned the ball over quite a bit. Oh, and I think I know what I have. My numbers are all wrong. It's 16.6 per game. They average 1.6 blocks per game and 7.1 steals per game. So I see where our numbers got mixed up as Ormoc misses inside. Foul goes against Bailey, so it'll send Orbach to the line. Orbach, a 78% foul shooter this year, 12 of 15 now after the make on the first. Second is good as well, so it's back to a three-point College of the Canyons lead. COC, that's one thing they've been very good at this year is getting to the line. 24.5 foul shots per game, 16.5 made per game. That's 14th and 20th in California. They're only shooting 67% though, which is the bottom third of the state. So you'd like to see a little bit more of those makes. That might be the difference in some tight games as the season continues on. We'll stay with LA Pierce. Brahmas will get it in play. Sims with it will try and dribble to the lane. Little stop, little right-handed scoop will score. And Sims, who averages 8 points a game, has his first bucket of the night, makes it a one-point game once again. Three-pointer from Barnett, no good. Ortega couldn't pull down the rebound. His inside position for Bailey. And back the other way come the Brahmas. Spinning that time was Salim. He gets to the rack, a layup that doesn't fall. Challenged by Alfara, who's able to tip the rebound to himself. And that's where Jonah's so very good, is inside the painted area on both sides of the floor. Alfara this year averaging a double-double, 14 points, 10 assists on the season. What he did just about last season is he takes a foul line jumper that had too much on it, no good. A rare miss for Alfara and a rare shot from outside of 5-foot radius to the basket for Jonah as well, as he usually does most of his work from inside 5 feet. As a blocking foul going to be called against Jonah here, and he's going to draw his first foul of the ball game. He's fouled out 3 times this year. Already the second team foul on COC, 2 team fouls on LA Pierce here early on as Jamari Bailey will bring it in play. Adil will bring it up. He'll get it over to Sims, facing up against Alfara, tries to force him down, kicks it into the corner. A Bailey 3 is good, and Pierce has their first lead of the ball game at 7-5 here. Just a little over 3 minutes in. Alfara from the foul line, spinning around one, lays it up with the right hand, but didn't get it to fall. Gonzalez couldn't get the tip rebound cleanly on the first attempt, and then it goes off him and out of play as it was bouncing around. And we'll see Mason Savory into the game. Savory did not play the other night against Rio Hondo. It's another 3 this side from the other side for Bailey, no good. Gonzalez able to get the outlet from Orbach after the defensive board. Orbach will play it ahead now. Savory block extended near side, trying to back down Sims. Lost the ball, now tries to take Sims off the dribble and gets knocked down. It's going to be a blocking foul against Jules Sims, the freshman small forward out of Taft Charter High School in Woodland Hills. Third foul on Pierce. Sims trying to take Orbach off the dribble. Kicks it outside. Three-pointer from Salim, no good. Savory able to come down with the rebound. Savory this year averaging 15 points a game and 5 rebounds. Has moments of brilliance we've seen this year, as really it's been a problem for COC all season long as the consistency factor. Savory this year, his season high 24, came against Ventura in a loss. Had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers in 35 minutes of that game. But then there's times where he's struggled from the floor. As we've really seen with the entire COC squad this season, it's kind of been a theme for the Cougars, is the consistency issue. Here's a takeaway from Ortega. Got it to Savory, lost the ball, got it to Barnett though as he picked it back up, and Barnett on a 3-on-2 fast break in transition puts it in. Barnett, remember, averaging 17 points a game. That's 43rd best in California this season. Sims underneath, got Savory high in the air, instead kicks it out. Brown, little 8-footer, no good. Savory couldn't control the rebound. Cougars had two guys going for it in both Savory and Ortega. And it'll be substitutions coming as G.D. Dang going to check back in, and we'll see a timeout on the floor. I want to say called by L.A. Pearson. Yes, it is, and we'll take the break as well. 14:50 to go, 7-all here in the first half. COC L.A. Pierce on a Wednesday in December.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
14:50 to go here in the first half. COC and L.A. Pierce. Tight one so far. As both teams have had leads, rebounds even at 4 apiece. That's something to keep an eye on as the game continues on here. COC has been very good on the boards this season. They out-rebounded their opponents by 10.8 points per game this year. Nearly 28 of those rebounds coming on the defensive glass as you see Alfara back into the game. Sky for that one. The Cougars go back to work on the offensive side. Gonzalez inside. Savory off the window and in. Savory, his first bucket of the ball game. Canyons back out in front by a pair. Dang on the dribble drive, trying to get down low over the top of Savory. No. Tip rebound Gonzalez. Outlets to Ortega, who will stop it up and dump it to Mason Savory. Savory will go to work on the dribble, trying to work off the screen of Alfara. Lost the basketball and then is going to get called for a travel as he picked it up. Never got his feet back down, and we'll see substitutions. We'll see Keyshawn Christian into the game. First time since November 29th Christian has played. So that'll be an important pickup back for L.A. Pierce College, as Christian averaging 18.4 points per game, shooting 42% from the floor. Just 3 of 21 from three-point this year, but has been very good, gotten to the line 71 times, has made 50 of them, so a very important player in Keyshawn Christian out of Iowa. Back into the game for the first time in 6 contests for L.A. Pierce, as Dang trying to work off the dribble, threw it up over the backboard, or up over the glass, and it's brought down by Isaiah Walker into the game for the first time today. Keep saying Isaiah Walker, and I mean Jeremiah Walker. Walker go to work on the offensive side, running the point for COC, looking for someone. Now wanted to spin it out to Orbach, who he thought was going to step out. And then Howard Fisher up off the bench to holler at the officials about something on the play. And then has some words for Jeremiah after the unforced error, as Pierce will go back to work. Christian trying to dribble against Ortega. Had it swiped out of his hand by Walker. Walker trying to sprint back the other way. Has it taken out of his hand by Salim, using his speed to get him, but it'll stay with COC as Salim was out of play. Savory trying to work now off the Ortega pass. Little step back 15-footer, no good. Christian comes down with the board. Christian good on the glass as well. 9.9 rebounds per game this year. So that'll help for Pierce as well. Sims. 19-footer is good. Nice stroke from the big man that time. Evens it at 9 all. 12:45 to go here in the first half. Walker back to work for COC. Steps into a straightaway 3 early in the shot clock that rattles in and out. That gets JT Barnett up off the bench. Salim back to work for Pierce. Got it to Sims, trying to back down Alfara. They'll work it around the outside. Christian, a three-pointer is good. Keyshawn Christian, just his 4th triple of the season, but makes it 12-9. And Pierce has their largest lead of the evening. Here's Orbach. Up top, Savory. Back to Orbach. Inside Alfara. Guarded by Sims. Spins to his right. Put it off the rim. No good. Got his own rebound. Tries to throw it back up wildly with the left. And then it's out off of Pierce. As they say, Brown had his hands on it last, and we'll see substitutions. Adeo back in. Savory and Ortega off as Barnett and Baptista in. Brown and Salim off is checking in for the first time Jaden Williams. Barnett trying to draw contact, had Sims right on top of him. Didn't get the call, and back the other way comes Pierce. Christian, little stutter step. Now steps into a 12-footer that's good. Nice stroke from Christian. He's got 5 now, and you can see his impact already here early on for L.A. Pierce. Because when he is in the lineup, he is very dangerous. Canyon gets a 3 off the other side. As Barnett knocks one down, trying to find his 3-point stroke as he did the other night when it was 5 of 9. As a travel going to be called against Christian, who I think rolled his ankle, might have stepped on a Cougar foot as he was trying to drive to the basket, as he's down and writhing in pain on the right side. Eric Petrago, the athletic trainer for COC, coming out to talk to him. And Christian's going to have to sub out because he's hurt. Walked off all right. Didn't look like he had any sort of limp in that, so maybe it was just a second or two where it didn't feel good, but he's up off the bench. Canyons will go back to work on offense here. Baptista trying to get it, force it inside to Alfara, and Sims tipped it away. Keyshawn Christian checking back in. Take off Jill Sims here. Canyons with 14 to work on the shot clock as they bring it in. Barnett, nice vision, beautiful pass to Orbach, who gets an easy bucket. Orbach with his first bucket of the ball game. And Canyons back to even at 14 all. Orbach now with 4. Coming off a double-double against Cypress College in a Canyons loss. Barnett gets a steal. He'll run it ahead. Baptista, Alfara, right to the basket. He couldn't get it to fall. Alfara is usually so good from inside the 5-foot radius, but he's struggled so far tonight. He's a 59% shooter from the floor, but so far today is 0 for 4 with that missed layup, so he's just having a tough night here early on. Alfara will check back out. Savory back in. Bailey off the floor as Sims comes back in. Here's Christian with Orbach right on him. Tries to dribble through traffic. Got it to the foul line. Walker tried to get it away from him. Ball loose on the floor. And the immediate signal is jump ball. Now they got to get everybody to let go of the ball as the whistle is blown. And Keyshawn Christian and JT Barnett have a laugh afterwards. Both give each other taps and say, it was all good, we're just playing hard. And it'll be Pierce basketball after the jump ball tie-up. They got to check the floor as Couple of bodies falling down, trying to fight for a loose basketball. Gotta like the effort from both sides. And you like the fact that they both have a laugh afterwards. 14 all, 10-15 to go. Pierce to bring it in play with 11 on the shot clock. Sims, block extended near side, will try and back Orbach down. Spins to his left, put it off the window. No good, had too much on it. Savory the board. Walker the other way off the outlet. Back to Savory, middle of the floor, trying to drive, spinning to his left, tried to put it up over the top of Christian. It was partially blocked. Orbach able to pick it up, got it to Walker, and then Christian comes out to meet Orbach and blocks a three and swats it out of bounds. So you can see how much impact Keyshawn Christian has when he is in the lineup. Already with 5 points in the ball game, give him a couple of blocks. As we get a timeout on the floor, 9:54 to go. COC calls the timeout, 14 all. Here from the Smelser court at the Cougar cage.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip.
I could eat.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Check. Checkity check. 9:54 to go. COC basketball here. Inbounding from underneath the LA Pierce basket as the Brahmas had too many bodies on the floor, so they get everything sorted out, and the Cougars will go back to work. Orbach catches on the inbound, dumps it back to Walker. Jeremiah to work with 10 left on the shot clock. Now Baptista. Barnett over to Walker. Inside, Savory needs to put one up, has just two. Got it off before the shot clock and banks it off the window. Savory with a beautiful shot. He's got 4 now. As Canyon's back out in front, 16-14. (16-14) in favor of COC. A blocking foul called against Mason Savory. Going to be his first foul of the ball game. Not shocked early on to see a bunch of fouls. Canyon's one of the most penalized teams in the state of California. 10th most fouls in the 3C2A this year per game at 19.4. Opponents have averaged 22.4 personal fouls against the Cougars this year, which is the 3rd most per game in the 3C2A. So you just talk about COC games this year, especially here at Lee Smelser Court, have just been high foul affairs for one reason or another. Walker with another steal as he reaches in and takes it away. Gonzalez to try and finish, but the chase down block by Salim, and then it went out off of Gonzalez. So it'll be LA Pierce basketball. Dominic Williams will check in. Takes off Jaden Williams. So Canyons with a 2-on-1, couldn't finish it off thanks to a nice chase down block from Isaiah Salim. Pierce back to work. Dang, over the top of a couple of bodies, no. Christian, the offensive rip, couldn't tip it home, but then I think he got it on the second try, or it might have went off Barnett. Either way, I think Christian gets the credit for it, as it's back to 16 all. Savory on the catch, got it to Barnett. 3 on the way is pure. Second 3 from JT Barnett gives the Cougars a 19-16 advantage. 8.5 to go here in the first half. Low scoring first half so far. Dang on the inside. Couldn't get it over the top of Savory. Then Christian had it swatted out of his hands. Gonzalez able to save it. He wants to push it ahead. Now we'll try and send it back to Savory, but it was behind him. And a breakaway the other way for Dang, who will just lay it off the window easily to get it back to a 1-point game. A little sloppy from COC that time up the floor. Now they work a little better. Savory trying to draw contact. Missed on the first, and the second one hangs on the rim as he has the putback. Savory now with 6 as Canyons back up by 3. Offensive foul called against Dang. Gonzalez draws it. First foul on GD Dang. Orbach checking off. Baptista off as well. Elfara and Ortega back in. Gonzalez off as well. Barnett turns it over, trying to force it inside. Brown the other way, got it to Dominic Williams inside, but he had it knocked out of play by a Cougar, so it'll be still with LA Pierce here. Sims trying to work off the dribble, got it to Brown. Three-pointer from the corner is good. We are tied at 21 with 7:22 to go here in the first half. As Brown with his first three of the ball game. Walker trying to draw a foul on a three, thought he got knocked down. No call, and we continue on. Salim put Walker in the spin cycle, got it over to Dominic Williams. He'll step into a 12-footer that missed the whole way. Walker the rebound and will run it up the floor. Sends it on to the far side, Ortega, now to Savory. Savory will put it on the floor for the moment. Gets it to Barnett on the near side wing. Barnett working off the screen to the foul line. Dumps inside Elfara, no good. Challenged by Christian. Elfara 0 for 5 so far tonight. I figure at some point for COC that'll change. Dominic Williams puts it on the floor, has Barnett right with him. Got it over, a three-pointer on the way, no good from Brown. Long rebound is Savory, and Canyons will take their time bringing it up the floor. There's Walker. Got it to Alfara. Alfara just struggling against Sims tonight. Sims has done a really nice job to make it tough shots on Jonah. He remains 0-4 each time down the floor, has been challenged. Clearly something Pierce saw and is trying to keep in the game plan today. Here's Christian. 16-footer no good, but Sims the easy rebound. Three on the other side, Salim too strong. Elfara aboard. Tried to throw it to Savory, and luckily Ortega was paying attention and went over and got it. Savory, straight away three, no good. Missed it the entire way. Out off of Elfara as Cameron Brown had inside position. And we'll see Jonah come off the floor. Andrew Azenwa into the game. We also get Jamari Bailey back into the game. So Elfara takes a walk over to the trainer's table as we go back to work. Sims trying to back Azenwa down, and an offensive foul called against Sims. Good job by Andrew Azenwa, the freshman out of Golden Valley, able to keep his feet planted. Barnett off the Azenwa screen, bounce pass to Azenwa, who's blocked going up. Christian just showing that leaping ability, able to swat it away. And now we'll see substitutions here. Walker off, Gonzalez back in. Dominic Williams checking back in to take over for Sims, who has 2 fouls. Canyons will stay with the basketball here. And actually, Christian will come off the floor, kind of holding his left hip here. Wonder if that's an area of concern for Keyshawn Christian. Maybe what's been ailing him over the last 3 weeks. Lawrence Caldillo coming back in. Isaiah Salim checking off. Sims actually still in there with his 2 fouls as they took Keyshawn Christian out. 21 all, 4:42 to go. 16-footer, no good. Travel gonna be called against Bailey as he tried to get his own rebound, ran into a Zenoir. Eight turnovers on the Cougars, 7 on LA Pierce. As we're even at 21 all. Gonzalez trying to slash into the lane. Missed on a layup. Got to the basket nicely, just couldn't finish it off. Now Diel will send it far side. He'll get it back. Guarded by Gonzalez, gets it to Sims, working against Zenoir off the block on the near side. Spins back to his left, had his shot blocked. Tried for a fall-away jumper, and Zenoir got a hand on it. Now Zenoir leading the break, had it swatted out of his hand and then stepped on the end line as Caudillo with a nice play coming back. The 5'9" freshman out of Kennedy High School. A nice defensive play, and now we'll see Deshaun Harold come in to take over for Andrew Zenoir here. And an offensive foul again called on LA Pierce. Goes against DeMarcus Higgs. Sixth foul on the Brahmas here with 3:42 to go. So we've been stuck at 21 all. 7:29. 4 minutes without a basket for either side. Caudillo gets a takeaway as Barnett telegraphs a pass. His jumper no good. Rebound tipped out to Savory as we continue on, ticking over 4 minutes without a bucket for either side. Here's Ortega. Pointing out directions. Now Barnett, a 3, air ball. Pierce comes away with it. Caudillo up the floor to the front court on the near side. Now Sims off the dribble. Tried to lay it high off the window as Savory was coming back at him, didn't make it. Then Gonzalez, a nice play diving, but then a foul called against Pierce. Goes against Sims, and that's his third. So Sims will go to the bench. Deshaun Harold will go to the line for 1 and 1. Petey Bentley into the game for the first time today. G.D. Dang back in as well. Harold this year, 1 for 2 from the line. Misses on the first of the 1 and 1. So 5 minutes without a bucket for either side as we remain at 21 all. Salim, corner, 3 on the way, no good. Missed by Bailey. Now Dang inside spinning around, got it out to Bentley. Bentley now with a 10-footer that doesn't hit anything but the net. Just didn't go through the rim, so an air ball and Canyons with a basketball. And a very good shooting night for either side, 8 of 27 for both. Canyons with another turnover. Harold going to be called for a foul. Just the 4th foul on COC. If you Deshaun Christian coming back in to take over for Dang. Logan Gomari checking in for the first time today as the Cougars go small here. Christian trying to take Ortega off the dribble drive, missed on a little runner. Harold with the rebound will get it out to Gomari. Pin to shoot for COC. Here's Gonzalez. Now Ortega inside Alfaro. Going to be called for a travel. Finally made one. Thought he drew contact. Instead, he's called for a travel. With 1:15 to go here in the first, we're still tied at 21. Jaden Williams now gets it to Christian. Over to Salim, trying to slash into the lane. Got it to Dominic Williams, a jumper no good. Alfaro the rebound. Alfaro at least still doing work on the glass. 5 rebounds in the ball game for him in the first half. Still tied at 21. Gonzalez at the foul line, nearly walked. Got it to Ortega. Harold, now Gonzalez near side wing, guarded tightly. Gonzalez, little runner in the lane, and finally we have a bucket. Took nearly 7 minutes. Gonzalez, his first bucket of the ball game. (23-21). That one goes off the leg of Gomari and out of play. .6 to go here in the first half. 23-21. Pierce throws it into the back court. Salim with 2 bodies on him. To the head to the front court. 7 to work here. Williams dribbles. Kicks it out. Bailey now with 2 at the foul line over the top of Harold. No good. That'll be where we end the first half. 23-21. Canyons out in front. We'll take a timeout. Second half action when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big, two. Hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip.
I could eat.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
Rising up, bread's on the sheet. Did my time, took out my toppings. Went the distance, now my prep is complete. Just a limb and its will to thrive. It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice. Freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites. And it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big two. Hand down. One hand. Up. Up. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Welcome back into Lee Smelser Court at Cougar Cage as we get ready for second half action between LA Pierce and College of the Canyons. It was just about as even of a first half as you can ask for, although it was a sloppy first half, especially the final 7 minutes. Canyons with a 23-21 lead. Both teams right around 30% from the floor. Pierce 8 of 30, Canyons 9 of 28. Pierce 3 of 9 from 3. The Cougars 3 of 8 from 3, and just 3 foul shots for COC, 2 for Pierce. Each team with a pair of free throws made. So, as we've said, just about as even of a first half as you can get. We went 7 minutes without a bucket for either side. We're stuck at 21 all for some time. As now we get ready to go back to work. You look at the rebounds in the first half. 23-19 in favor of College of the Canyons. Pierce with 3 blocks, Canyons with 6 steals to 5 for Pierce. Points off turnovers 5-4 in favor of the Brahmas, as the Cougars turn the ball over 12 times, just 8 for LA Pierce. Keyshawn Christian, 7 points on 3 of 6 shooting with 4 rebounds and an assist with 2 blocks. Leading the way for Pierce. For College of the Canyons, JT Barnett on 3 of 6 shooting, 2 for 4 from 3 with an assist and 4 turnovers, a pair of steals. He has 8 points in the ball game. And then Jonah Alfaro, who we talked about in the pregame show, 9 minutes, 0 for 6 from the floor, still had 5 rebounds, but he has struggled. So you know Howard Fisher and the Cougars would like to get him going here. Jules Sims did a phenomenal job against him in the first half, showing part of the reason why Pierce is one of the better defenses in the league in terms of point per game against. 64.2 points per game against. That's 9th fewest in the state of California. They've done such a good job defensively playing in low-scoring ball games. Just hasn't mattered to win. The Cougars turn one over as Barnett tried to force it inside. Christian on a breakaway two-handed slam to start up the second half, and we are tied at 23 all. There's Ortega with the basketball for COC. Will send Barnett far side on the wing. Alfara at the elbow. Inside, Orbach catches, kicks out Ortega. Corner three on the way is good. Ortega started off the first half with a three for COC and does the same for the Cougars here in the second half as they take a 3-point lead, 26-23. So each team with a bucket to start here in the second half. Dang on the other side over the top of Orbach has it. This is 26-25 in favor of COC. Here's Barnett. Stepped into a three, missed it long. Sims the rebound, Orbach called for a kick. So it'll stay with LA Pierce. Dominic Williams will check in. Sims will come off the floor. Both teams well under their season field goal percentage of the year. Canyons 44%, Pierce 41%. So both defenses getting some help from an off shooting night tonight. Is a foul going to be called against Keyshawn Christian as he ran back over the top of Jacob Gonzalez. Charles White got off the bench, wanted a foul, then laughed at the response from the official. And I think kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, hey, you know, I got to try. There's Ortega with the basketball for COC. Works off the Alfara screen. Canyons not able to get it inside on the screen and roll to Alfara. Instead, they get it Barnett, elbow on the far side. He gets it Gonzalez, slashes into the lane, lost the ball. Picked up by Dang. Spins around in the front court, brings it to the far side, dumps it off. Brahmas will work it around the perimeter here. Christian, near side wing, three on the way, good for the lead. 28-26 in favor of the Brahmas. Christian with 12 now in the ball game. Only player on either side in double figures. Alfara unable to make the catch on the pass as Salim stepped in the way. It's a turnover from Ortega, and the Cougars get lucky that Salim couldn't keep it in play. And Barnett will check off as Savory will come back in. So now we'll try and clean off the floor. For Canyons' upcoming games, LA Trade Tech on the 28th, part of the Cougar Holiday Classic at 1 p.m., part of a two-game set on Thursday next week. And then Friday, the championship game between the winners of LA Trade Tech and COC and Mount San Antonio College and Orange Coast College, which will be the 3 p.m. game on Thursday the 28th. They'll play at noon and 2 on Friday. And then the Cougars will be off for the new year and come back at it on the 3rd against Cuesta on the road. A couple of games on the road before coming back home on the 13th of January for their Western State Conference home opener against Bakersfield College. Cougars go back to work. They try and force it inside. Christian, another takeaway. Gonzalez right with him, blocks him as he went up. And then Ortega able to get a steal and threw it to Gonzalez to keep it in play. Now Orbach. Savory near side. Canyons wanting to get it inside to Alfara. He's got a bit of a mismatch against Dang, but Dang doing a good job just staying in front. Now Alfara, elbow on the far side. Puts it on the floor, kicked it back Gonzalez. Jumper from 8 feet, no. Rebound, Orbach couldn't get the putback, and Christian comes away with the rebound. For Pierce, they'll play one more game actually before Christmas. They'll play on the 23rd against Cerritos at home at 3 p.m. The night of Festivus for those of you that are Seinfeld fans. A little airing of grievances between the Brahmas and the Cerritos Falcons at 3 p.m. And then they'll take a break for about 10 days or more before coming back home for their Western State North Conference opener at home against Glendale on the 3rd of January. Here's Dang, offensive foul. Nope, it's going to be a foul on Ortega. I thought they were going to call it on Dang for a little arm bar, but they give it to Ortega for being within the cylinder space of Dang, and it'll be the first foul on Ortega, the first foul against the Cougars here in the second half. Williams a 3, too strong. Dang the rebound. Reset here for Pierce. Christian, corner 3 over the top of Savory is short. Rebound on the offensive side by Brown, was able to bounce it to Christian as he was actually just trying to throw it off a Cougar. I think Christian missed on the follow-up play, and Alfara came over with the rebound. Here's Ortega. Ortega trying to find some space, got it to Gonzalez. Now Orbach corner, drives baseline, went into the air, threw a tight pass, went off the chest of Alfara. Back the other way comes L.A. Pierce. Salim. Williams, wing 3, short. Savory, an easy rip. Both teams struggling again from the floor here early in the second half, after each started off with a bucket on quick possessions early on. Here's Savory. 18-footer, that one's a nice shot. Good shot from Mason Savory. He's got 8 now. We're even at 28 all. Salim driving, fouled from behind by Gonzalez. It's on the floor, so it's not a shooting foul. And we'll get substitutions. Sims and Bailey in, Gomari in for College of the Canyons. Out on scoreboard, Foothill and Butte. Butte with a 90-76 win over Foothill. El Camino an 83-65 win over Grossmont. Ventura an 87-59 win over LA Harbor. In overtime right now, Rio Hondo leading Antelope Valley 82-79. 2:30 to go in overtime in that one. Sequoia's a 75-61 win over Calavan. East LA leading 40-26 over Santa Monica at halftime as Dang misses on a fall away. Those are all the scores we can report, as that's all that's being reported so far. Here's Gomari, a wing 3, good, rattles home. First bucket of the day for Logan Gomari, and the Cougars back out in front by 3, 31-28. Gomari this season, just 1 of 5 from 3 coming into today. Christian, a little wild in the lane, spun around and missed, then fouled by Orbach on the rebound putback attempt. Will get himself to the line. Christian this year, 50 of 71, 33rd most foul shots made in the state this season, a 70% foul shooter. This is the first of 2. 27 points, 10 rebounds, an assist, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 30 minutes against Mount San Jacinto College. That's his season high this year. Went 4 straight games with a double-double as well. He's had 10 points in all 7 of his games played so far this year, make it 10 points in all 8 of his games played this year as he makes 1 of 2, has 13 in the ball game as it's back to a 2-point Canyons lead. Gonzalez, guarded tightly by Salim. Ortega now lays in with the left hand, good finish from Ortega. Went to the basket with the right, switched hands in the air and was able to lay it off the window and in. Ortega coming alive a little bit. He's got 8 now. Here's Sims trying to work against Alfara. Dropped it off to Dang. Dang trying to work against Gomari, spinning at the foul line. Now Salim in traffic, able to knock one down from the foul line. Back to a 2-point Canyons lead. Gonzalez. In the corner to Gomari. Gomari driving into traffic, dumps it underneath. Alfara finishes with a 2-handed slam. First bucket of the day for Alfara. Comes 13-23 left in the second half. As Gomari gets the assist. Nice play from Logan Gomari that time. As Canyons gets another takeaway. Cougars will try and go back the other direction. Gonzalez blocked from behind, but a foul called against Keyshawn Christian. Looked pretty clean from up here, but the officials say not so fast. Second foul on Keyshawn Christian. And they'll send Jacob Gonzalez to the line. Gonzalez this year a 72% foul shooter. Sims and Dang are out. Caldillo and Bailey back in. Orbach and Ortega off as Baptista and Deshaun Harrell back in. Gonzalez makes the first. Second is short. So it's a 5-point lead, largest of the night for either side. Cameron Brown. Dio now. Over to Salim, missed on a three. Harold the rebound. Baptista ahead off the outlet. Christian saves it as he took it away, and then Alfara had it and then was fouled. So Alfara going to go to the line. Christian shaken up as he crashed hard. He's going to call for a substitution here. Alfara made the first of two, missed on the second. 6-point lead now, largest for COC. 12:39 to go. Travel going to be called against Pierce. So Canyons will go back to work trying to stretch this lead out a little bit. Jeremiah Walker. Back to Gomari. Worked it inside Alfara. Again contested as he went up. Got his own rebound. Went up again. This time counted in the foul for Jonah Alfara. And he'll go to the line to try and finish off a three-point play. Alfara this year, 52% from the line. Starting to find a little bit of his rhythm, makes the foul shot, so stretches the lead to 9. Alfara with 5 points in the last 2 minutes. Nima Mansouri into the game for the first time today. Walker able to step in and steal a ball away, and then calls for a timeout on the floor. Nice, smart play by Jeremiah Walker there after the steal. Calls for the timeout, retains the possession for COC. We'll take a break with 12:04 to go. 40-31, Canyons in the lead.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health. UCLA Health.
The action continues on Friday, December 29th with Day 2 tournament action. As always, COC men's basketball home games will be live streamed to fans free of charge via YouTube on the Cougar Sports Network. Game day links will be available at COCathletics.com.
40-31. Canyons in the lead. Harold tries for a three, no. Elfire the rebound with three jerseys around him, three black jerseys around him. Bailey, Caudillo. Those Canyons down with a 42-31 lead. Lead is 11. Three-pointer, no good. Walker, the rebound. Canyons got a finish from Gomari for a layup. Gomari having a nice output here in the second half. He finds himself with 5 points.
Gonzalez checks back in for the Cougars. Walker. And for the Brahmas, Dang checks back in. And he replaces Bailey.
Sorry, couldn't hit that time as he dribbled into the lane. Canyons comes away with the rebound. Gomari, ahead Baptista. Tried to force inside to Alfara, who's fouled. Grabbing him was Cameron Brown. 6th foul on L.A. Pierce. Cougars keep trying to get Jonah Alfara going, just 2 of 9 today. Nobody in double figures for COC. Alfara now spinning with 3 black jerseys, kicks it back to Harold. Three-pointer is good. Deshaun Harold with just his 2nd triple of the season. Gives the Cougars a 14-point advantage halfway through the second half. Offensive foul, moving screen on Caudillo. It's the 7th foul on Pierce, so the Cougars will go to the line on the next foul that's not an offensive foul on the Brahmas here. For COC, 8 different scores so far in the ball game. Now shooting about 40%. 17 of 42, so 40.5% in the ball game. 6 of 13 from 3. They've held the Brahmas to just 26% shooting from the floor. Dang drives. Mansouri from the corner will dribble it back out to the wing on the far side. Kicks back to Dang. Dang working against Gomari. Up top now to Brown. Over to Mansouri. Tries to work against Harold here. Crosses him over. Tries to spin. Harold stays right with him but fouls him. As Mansouri, who's a 70% foul shooter, will go to the line.
Was number 31 Harold, 2nd personal, 4th team. At the line shooting 2 will be Mansouri.
One of 2 good for Mansouri, and then Pierce able to come away with a rebound and finish again. They call a timeout, gets it back to an 11-point game, 9:12 to go. Break on the floor will go as well.
College of the Canyons Athletics on the Cougar Sports Network is presented by Jersey Mike's. Try one of our authentic, fresh sliced, and fresh grilled subs, always made to order. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. UCLA Health, delivering leading-edge patient care, research, and education. If you have a business and want to support COC Athletics, please contact the athletic department at 661-362-3491. Go Cougs!
(45-34), Canyons leading LA Pierce. The Cougars work with the basketball, leading by 11. Gonzalez, Harold, Baptista, Alfara, and Gomari on the floor for COC. Jaden Williams, Mansouri, Salim, Brooks, and Dang on the floor for Pierce. Baptista into the corner. Harold, a three is good. Harold, a little heat check. Deshaun Harold with his second triple of the ball game. He's got 6, and the lead now to 14. Harold, a guy that only averages 0.7 points a game as Baptista missed on a 3, but given Canyons really good minutes right now, has already surpassed his season high of 4 points with those 2 3-pointers. Cougars with a 14-point advantage. Pierce nearly turned it over. Salim able to pick it up, drives against Gonzalez, step back 12-footer, rattles in. It's a nice shot and a timeout called by the Brahmas here as they want to talk things over. Largest lead of the day has been 14 for College of the Canyons. The lead down to 12 now. 48-36, 8:02. So we'll go to the break as well. (48-36), Canyons leading. They stay with the same lineup on the floor that has pushed this lead out just a touch. Pierce will actually bring Sims back in. So they go for some size on the inside. Baptista dribbled the ball off of a Pierce foot and lost it as he fell to the floor. Mansouri picked it up and Pierce back the other way, trying to get it back to at least a 10-point game. Mansouri driving baseline, bounce pass onto the far side, but an offensive foul called on Mansouri as Baptista able to keep his heels outside the restricted area and draw it. So the Cougars will sub in. Jeremiah Walker and Isaiah Ortega in. Baptista and Gonzalez off the floor. 8th foul on Pierce, but it's an offensive foul, so the Cougars won't shoot. 7:28 to go here. 18 fouls on Pierce, just 4 on Canyons. Canyons with a 12-point lead. Ortega puts it on the floor, works to the middle of the floor. Got it to Harold. Forces it inside. Alfara, 2 men on it. Spinning, trying to get face up to the basket. Kicks back. Gomari turned it over. Stepping right into the lane and going back the other way to finish is Jaden Williams on an easy bucket. That's a good play by Williams that time. Read the pass from Gomari and just stole it and ran down the floor. So back to a 10-point game, 48-38. 6:45 to go. Ortega, Harold. Harold nearly turned it over. Got it back for Mansouri. Got it to Gomari. Gomari driving off the glass and good. Nice play from Logan Gomari. He's got 7. Gomari, another guy giving good minutes, only averages 4 points a game. His season high was 11 against San Diego Mesa. Finding his rhythm here in this one. As Canyons back to a 14-point lead. Dang. Little fall away, no good. Alfara picks up his 10th board of the game. Off night on the shooting side, but still doing his job on the rebounds. Here's Harold. Now to Walker. Walker gonna slow things down a little bit for COC. Alfara beyond the 3-point line here. Got it to Harold. Harold, a little heat check. In rhythm, no good. Back the other way. Salih. Mansouri partially blocked maybe on the way up as it was contested by the Cougars. Canyons will stay with a 14-point lead as the clock will work inside 5.5. Omari trying to get face up to the basket. Had his shot blocked, got it back. Kicked it back out to Jeremiah Walker, who will back it off with 7. 6 now as he tries to drive, draws the foul, will go to the line. Mansouri going to be called for it. It'll be a pair of foul shots for Jeremiah Walker here. Walker makes the first of 2. Jeremiah this year, 10 of 13 from the line coming into today, 76.9%. Stretches the lead back up to 13. Misses on the second, so it'll stay at a 13-point lead. Salim, early shot clock 3, no good. Orbach back in the game, pulls down the rebound. Canyons will work back up the floor. Walker near side. Wanted to get it inside Alfara and threw it over his head and out of play. Again, Canyons trying to work inside to Jonah Alfara here. Pick up their 18th turnover of the ball game. Orbach called for a foul. It's going to send Deng to the line. 3rd foul on Orbach. So Orbach the only one in foul trouble for COC. Mansouri and Sims each with 3 for Pierce. Deng to the line. 2nd trip today. 2 for 2 on his first trip. Misses on the first. Jamari Bailey coming back in to take over for Sims. Foul called on Williams. It's going to send Walker to the line. .429 to go. Two shots here for Walker as the Cougars are in the plus now. Canyons was trying to get Gonzalez into the game to take over for Walker and didn't get up to the table in time, so we play on. Dang fouled by Ortega. Dominic Williams checking back in. Jamari Bailey was headed towards the bench, but it's going to be G.D. Dang. Well, hand fighting underneath the basket as everybody trying to get loose before the inbound play. So that paused things for a second as we go back to work. Bailey blocked by Harold, and then Harold knocked it right back into him. So Canyons will get a takeaway here. Walker trying to works off the screen of Alfara, went behind the back, then went off of Brahma and out of play. That's going to get Jeremiah Walker out of the game, as Howard Fisher wasn't happy with it. Here's Orbach. Wanted to pass it in the air, instead shot it on his way down and made it with the left hand. Orbach now with 6. Canyons back up by 16 now. He's the largest of the night. Dominic Williams, little fall away from 15, no good. And then a foul underneath the basket called against Deshaun Harold. Be his third. And we'll send Cameron Brown to the line. Both are good from Brown. 54-40. 3:15 to go. Gonzalez guarded tightly, able to work it ahead. Now Harold from the foul line dumps it underneath. Alfara partially blocked from behind as he went up to the basket and couldn't finish it off. Back the other way. Salim, an athletic move to the rack and laid it in. Pierce coming out in a full court press here. Trying to force the issue now in a 12-point game, 2:50 to go. Canyons, if you work the shot clock here and just go clean on every possession like they do there. Jacob Gonzalez, his second field goal of the ball game. He's got 5. And run this one down and pick up your 5th win of the year. Salim inside. Brown fouled as he spun in the middle. Foul against Jonah Alfara here. We'll send Brown back to the line. It'll be 2 shots for Brown here. It's just the 8th foul on COC. Back-to-back trips for the line for Brown. Makes the first. Misses short on the second. Alfara comes away with his 14th rebound of the ball game. Ortega, an early shot clock 3, no good. Alfara, the rebound, the putback is there. And a full timeout called by Howard Fisher on the make immediately. Alfara now with 8. 58-43, 2:12 to go. Canyon still without a ball player in double figures, but when you look down the roster, 9 different scorers today for COC. And the defense has picked up, holding Pierce to just 16 of 54 shooting on the day, as they hold a 58-43 advantage here over the Brahmas. We'll look at some of the numbers right now. Canyons on the glass, 41-35, right around their rebound per game average. They've had 12 points out for turnovers. They've turned the ball over 19 times compared to just 13 for the Brahmas. Canyons has done a nice job passing the ball today in terms of finishing off plays, 13 assists and 9 steals, 10 steals for LA Pierce. The Brahmas 4 of 15 from 3. Both teams 7 of 12 from the foul line. The difference right now, the Cougars 7 of 17 from the three-point area and 22 of 53 from the floor. So the defense has done its job. 4 different Cougars with 8 points. Barnett, Ortega, Savory, and Alfara. For Pierce, Christian with 13. He's really the only notable scorer for the Brahmas today. Here's Salim. And they work it up to Jaden Smith. Drops it back, got it to Brown. Now to Dominic Williams, right by the window, lays it in. Jaden Williams gonna guard Gonzalez the full length of the floor here. Clock inside a minute 40. Canyons with a 13-point lead. Harold dribbling the basketball in a little unfamiliar territory. Not a spot he's usually in. Dumped it off Gonzalez. Back to Harold from the wing. Now he'll drive. Kicks it back. Orbach fakes a 3. Now steps into an 18-footer and drills it. Orbach now with 8. 5th different Cougar with 8 points in the ball game. Lead now up to 15. A minute 15 to go. Canyons inching closer to their 5th win of the year. Wild shot that time from Salim. It's an air ball rebound for Alfara. Give him 16 now in the ball game, as he's 2 points away from yet another double-double, which would be his 5th of the year if he could get it. Harold catches. The Cougars stay along the perimeter here. Gonzalez calling for Alfara. Alfara working out for a screen. Gonzalez just going to drive himself, and an offensive foul called against Gonzalez. As a charge called, Jaden Smith doing a nice job getting inside and keeping the feet planted. It's going to be the second foul on Gonzalez. Smith will check, or excuse me, Salim will check out. DeMarcus Higgs will check in a 15-point game with 42 seconds to go. Canyons looking comfortable at this point and should be able to come away with their 5th win. As that ball tipped out of bounds, it's going to stay with LA Pierce. So the Cougars getting it done without anybody in double figures today. Barnett with 8, Orbach with 8, Ortega with 8, Savory with 8, and Alfara with 8. As they hold Pierce to under 30% shooting on the day. 17 of 57 for the Brahmas today. 28.2 left, so the shot clock is off. Canyons can dribble out the final 28 seconds here and come away with their 5th victory of the year. A good way to end out this portion of the season, going into the Cougar Holiday Classic starting next Thursday against LA Trade Tech. Trying to finish out 2023 with some more victories on their plate before heading into 2024. 60-54 the final score here from the Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. Once again, the Cougars improved to 5-6. For LA Pierce, they fall to 4-10. For College of the Canyons, as we said, nobody in double figures. 5 different players with 8 points. 9 different scorers on the floor for COC today. It was ugly, but they get it done. 60-54 the final. We thank you for joining us. We hope to see you on Thursday here on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope you have a great Christmas holiday. Enjoy Festivus if you want to do that as well, as Seinfeld is one of our favorites up here. We hope you enjoy all the holiday season, and we'll see you next Thursday for the Cougar Holiday Classic.